Going on YouTube, Jeffy I am. Welcome to the channel. It's been some time, but I think today, we on time, right? So let's talk about it. Let's do some catching up. For me, I'm a TBI survivor. For those that don't know, I suffered a traumatic brain injury. I had intense speech therapy and intense physical therapy. So the person that you see, it's not a new person, but we're getting back to how it went down. But after 3 years after my injury, I had the ability to do some traveling. And one thing I noticed while traveling is my mental health. I thought I was well, but my mental health was in a whole nother space. I have children in college, a child in high school. I have, 4 other grown children, grandchildren, parents, baby to look after, you know what I'm saying, my dogs. I got kind of sidetracked. So I went to Texas. My father got sick. And being down there, I believe was the best therapy I could have. I believe being down there, it made me take a break, not from my life, but to look at things a little differently. And I say that because my father, he's doing well, but spending time with him, spending time with my brother and his family, and meeting new people, meeting new content creators, seeing the shops that these content creators have, it motivated me. And that's why we're going to talk about mental health. It motivated me. Instead of really making content, I just enjoyed my time instead of making content or doing, illustrations or making content. So one thing that kind of struck out to me was in that part of North Texas, I was in Dallas, but the community, you see these nice, beautiful $200,000 and $300,000 homes, and they're average people walking around. And then you have a big population of black and brown people. They living harmoniously amongst each other. It motivated me, going into different spots, different eateries, different stores. You can see the culture and what's going on in society right now as far as the presidential issue. You seeing people really fighting back in their own ways, protesting, but going about their lives. And it was inspiring. And being here in mid-Missouri, you don't see things like that. You can see the economy dying in some cities. And being in places where you can sit down and have a decent meal, seeing people of different colors. It wasn't about the status or anything. When I started walking around, talking to people, you realize these people that live in these homes are hard-working people. And it's inspiring. No big businesses, people that get up every morning and go to a 9 to 5 and been there for 20, 30 years. It's inspiring. It make you proud to be a brown-skinned person. It's something that I think the world should see. So I recommend traveling. And working with different content creators, I've seen the art of really creating. So I did some upgrading. I painted my man cave. And when I got home, I seen a lot of things differently. I have more joy in my life. I appreciate things more, but I want more now. I was content. I can actually say I was content. But now I see I can go out and get the things I want as a disabled man. And that's another thing about this too. Throughout my whole trip, no matter what setting I was in a setting of some good company, some mid-30s, and the intellectual conversations was something to be appreciated. But one thing I will say is when I got tired and when my arms started hurting, I put on my arm brace, or I don't stay up late. I'm a day shift daddy. So when people are having fun, I chose to go to bed or just sit down and go in another room. They respected it. They didn't treat me as a disabled person. The things we were talking about, they were interested with me being an older man, what was actually in my brain. And I brought that back home with me because, like I said, that was something that moved me. I had been in such of a space in my own mind and my own recovery getting better. That motivated me more than, that's one of the other things that motivated me. Like, I'm going off the head because it's something that I believe everybody should take a break, no matter how hard you work or, if you don't have it, walk somewhere. I can appreciate walking. Me and my father walk in the mornings. Cook. I'm learning more detailed instructions on cooking vegan meals. Get out there and educate. Put more in your mind. And build with these content creators. I've been in contact with content creators. That skill is it needs to be shared. I should say that. And it also motivated me. Being welcome in another community where it's positive brown brothers. It's something I think everybody should aspire to do. If you can get away, get away. If you can't, take your children for a walk. Go sit on your porch. Read the paper. Constantly work your mind. And spending time with family is very important. This is the first time in my life I spent more than a couple of hours in the presence of my father or my brother, or maybe a day, because I was always on the go, always doing something. And during my recovery, I seen them, and it was only for about 20, 30 minutes. So this was motivating, I want to do better at being a better uncle, a better son. And being better means being present. The phone calls, the FaceTimes cannot replace, the good times, the feeling you get when you're around family, you know what I mean? And for that much, with this journey as a TBI survivor, I'll leave it like this. This is my first time traveling across the country with no help, no service dog, no caretaker. I took my medicine on time. For those that are wondering, I took my medicine on time. I got the proper rest. And it wasn't really a vacation. It was more like therapy and something I needed for myself. And I believe my family needed it also. And the trip took a toll on me. I was down when I got there for about 2 days, and when I came back, I'm just now snapping back after being home for a week. But it's motivating. So I'm going to end it like that. If you would so kindly hit that like, subscribe, come join me again. Like I said, this is Off the Head. Stay motivated, stay positive, and be safe. Jeffrey, I am, and we talked about it. Hey, trying to do something with your content. You want to do better thumbnails, better editing. I let my boy Dre Green on Instagram. He's a digital media creator. He's a hell of an illustrator. And then check him out at Dooley Made. And that's at Dooley Made. DOOLEY.MADE. Tap in.